This weekend, it's the Boks versus the All Blacks in the first round of the Rugby World Cup. If you're as excited as I am, stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome back to SkinnyBru Rugby, guys. So this week, I'm not just doing a prediction video for the weekend's games of the Rugby World Cup like I'll do usually. I'll link that up here. I already did that video. I think I'm just gonna post that after this one though. I'm also doing this video on the Springboks versus the All Blacks, or the All Blacks versus the Springboks, whatever way around you want to say it. It's just a huge game, and I think I just want to give it a little bit of special attention, just because obviously I have a little bit of experience in these two sides. I've been doing prediction videos for the Super Rugby all this time, all the champions, Rugby Championship games, so I wanted to do this. Obviously, it's going to be a massive game. The teams held each other recently in 2017. In October, South Africa lost to New Zealand 24-25. Wellington 2018, obviously it was that big one where South Africa beat New Zealand by 2 points. South Africa then lost to New Zealand a couple of weeks later by 2 points in South Africa. Then this year in Wellington, it was a 16-all draw between the two teams over in New Zealand. So it has been very close between these sides. So just before I get into it, remember to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my content. I do appreciate it. And then join the SkinnyBru pools down in the description below if you want to also see if you can beat some of the other guys in there. The game will be played in Yokohama Stadium, which is basically the biggest stadium in Japan. It can hold 72,000 people, and the final of the Rugby World Cup will be played there as well. So you can see how big this game is if they are ranking it up there with the big ones. The referee for this one is the Frenchman Jerome Garcia. Yeah, a lot of South Africans won't be too happy with this guy. So South Africa has a 31% win record under him. So, and a lot of those games has been against New Zealand. But you can't take that into account. It's been like that. That's how refs go. You can't just always factor in the referee. But I'm just hoping for non-controversial calls. That's the type of stuff we can expect from him. Sometimes he gives a very easy yellow card or red card even, and if that happens, it will just ruin the whole contest. So hopefully that doesn't happen. The weather forecast for the game, it looks like it's going to be very rainy for this game. So we hope there's no cancellation, because if there's typhoon weather, which they mark it as in the World Rugby rules, they will cancel the game, and it basically is a 0-all draw in the log standings. If we have a closer look at the team, the Boks made no changes to their team that played against Japan. Up front, it's Kitshoff, Marx and Malherbe. Kitshoff, he's one of the best loose head props in the world at the moment. For me, Marx, he's going to want to build his reputation a little bit now at a World Cup. And then Malherbe, he's going to want to prove himself. There's a lot of doubters of him at the moment because he's one of those old school props. He just scrums, that's all he does. But he can actually get around the field. He does do his thing, but he's not going to rack up a lot of meters and rack up a lot of tackles. They are going up against Joe Moody, Dane Coles and Laulala from New Zealand. For them, they're going to hope that they don't miss Owen Franks there up front, because they didn't make the controversial decision of not choosing him because he's not so versatile as Hansen said. He's not as versatile as other props. To me, I would have picked him. He's very experienced, and this competition is going to be very slippery. So you're not gonna need a versatile prop. You're gonna need a prop that can do his job at scrums, and because set pieces are gonna be very important in this competition. At the locks for the Boks, we have Eben Etzebeth and Mostert. Etzebeth, I wonder how things are gonna go with him with all these off-field stuff, with those charges against him of assault. Hopefully that doesn't get too much against him. And then the brute that he is, we're hoping for a big game from him. He is becoming one of the most experienced players in that side. Well, he has been for a while, but he's probably one of the most experienced Boks we've had of all time now. Mostert, he's like another loose forward on the field. They are going up against Whitelock and Barrett, the two Crusaders. Barrett, it's his first game back from that red card he got against the Wallabies. It's two very good locks in that side. Barrett, he has a knack of scoring tries every now and then. Then we head over to loose forwards. The loose forwards for the All Blacks, it's Adi Savea. He's probably one of the best in the world at the moment. Best players in the world, not just loose forward. And he is a threat at the breakdown. South Africa will probably try and close him down. Then it's Sam Cane, and then the captain, Kieran Reid. He's not had the best year, but it's been broken up into pieces for him because he hasn't played throughout. He's been rested a lot because of the resting policy for the All Blacks. But he's a leader, and his presence on the field is very important. Sometimes a leader shouldn't be on best form. Sometimes you just need him to be on the field. They are going up against another captain, Kulisi. The emotions will run high for him in his first game as a captain in a World Cup. He's back from injury. He's now been back for a couple of games, but he's properly back now, and he's gonna lead well. He's gonna have his emotions are gonna run high. Pieter Steph du Toit, he's become the poster boy for this game. He's just everywhere on marketing for this game. He's there because, man, that game that he played 2 years back where he made something like 25 tackles in the one game. Everyone still remembers that, where he cried afterwards when the Springboks won. He's going to put his body on the line again. And then the brute, Vermeulen, who he is, he's going to play his best game. And then this week he is playing his 50th. So I can expect even more from him playing at his best. I mean, he's playing his 50th game in a World Cup opener against the All Blacks. Who wouldn't want that? Then we go to the back line, the little Jack Russell that he is, Faf de Klerk. He will be bothering his opposition, who is Aaron Smith this week. He's very important. It's going to be very important for him, for Aaron Smith to get very quick service to his back line and to the rest of his players if he wants to counter that rush defense. Then Andre Pollard at number 10 for the Springboks. It's hard to think that such a calm head is on the field at the age of 25. He has 42 caps at the moment, and he only needs 19 points to become the highest World Cup scoring Springbok. Or, I don't know if I said that right. The highest scoring Springbok at a World Cup. I think that sounds a little bit better. Then the All Blacks went with Mahunga at number 10 again. He's not been impressive there, like in the Super Rugby. Not that impressive like he's been there. But there's a little bit more Crusaders flair now all over the park, so it's going to go a little bit better. I think, like in that last game that they played against the Wallabies in the Rugby Championship, or just after the Rugby Championship, things went better. That means Beauden Barrett, he is at fullback again, and that will mean he will pop up every now and then at 10, and this gives them options at both sides of a ruck or both sides of a scrum, which is very dangerous. But I think these two are going to be very important for their tactical kicking in this week's game. The centre pairing, Damien de Allende and I think they are the preferred combination at the moment, and it is the best combination for me against the All Blacks from the centres that has been picked, because you need a solid defensive line from against the All Blacks. These two can give that to you, and two centres that can give you meters, because the ball won't be flying out wide. There won't be any flashy passes. You will basically just give a small pop pass, and the guy will have to take it into the tackle. So those two are pretty good options when you want to do that. They are going up against Crotty and Anton Leonard-Brown, who has been chosen again for the centre pairing. The combo has worked so far. Crotty is one of the best 12s in the world, and Anton Leonard-Brown, he's also a number 12 actually, but I think he is finding his feet at number 13. It is his second position, but outside Crotty, he is playing it a little bit better at number 13 than he usually does. Out wide for the Springboks, they went with Mapimpi. He will want to build on that handful of tries he scored against Japan. Colby, he will try and have one or two magical moments on the field. to score a try or two, or assist with a couple of tries or two. And then experienced Villiers Leroux at the back, which is what is important with him. Is a lot of people are critiquing him, but if you look at videos a lot and you analyze videos, he is actually popping up a lot more than you think he is in try scoring opportunities when South Africa is scoring. And he's just usually a very crucial guy, getting the ball through the hands very quickly, and that's the thing he is doing now. He's getting the ball through the hands without even being noticed. They are going up against the guys out wide, Sevu Reece and George Bridge, who has been preferred again. How the teams manage the wings will be very important, because these guys all are explosive runners, but I don't think they'll get too much opportunities with the wet ball. The benches for the two sides: Taylor, Tungafasi, Ta'avao, Tuipulotu, Frizzell, who is in the team. All of a sudden, with that inclusion of him after Jacobson has been ruled out, Perenara, Sunnyball Williams, and then Ben Smith. That's three very experienced guys for the back line. They are going up against Mbunambi, Tendai the Beast, and then Niakane, Snyman, Francois Lowe, Yankees, Francois Steyn, and then Jesse Creel. So both teams have dynamic benches over there. I'm expecting a tight game like the draw that we saw in Wellington, where slip-ups was the reason that cost sides tries or points. So I think we're going to see that again. If the weather is wet like they have predicted, the teams will be playing for territory, and set pieces will be very important. That's where the game will be lost or won. The ball won't often go to the wings, and the Boxers' defense will rush. Again, that's what's been working, and it will be interesting to see if the wings will actually also rush and close in, because that's the important part of the rush defense, or will they actually stick at the back and try and cover the kick. Pollard, he will be very important since he's the only specialist 10 in the team, and then he's going up against Mahunga and Barrett, who has gelled in the last game against the Wallabies. So both of them, their kicking game is going to be important. And Anton Leonard-Brown, that 13 game is going to be important as well. Both of them are very strong on defense, so they are in charge of the defensive structure of the line. That's going to be important, how they manage their lines and who gets the upper hand in this game. The game will be won or lost by the benches as well, because the All Blacks have chosen a team that's fine up front, but the backs are where all the experience lies, with guys like Sunnyball Williams, Ben Smith, and then Perenara. It's very important for them when they get on the field to bring that experience on. The Boks, they have a mix of young guys and some experience, and then for me, if I have to make my prediction, it's very, very, very difficult. Either way, it can go either way. Tough calls by a referee. Some small mistakes can alter the score, but the Boks have been there for longer. They've played a game there, so they know the weather. Even though if the weather is wet, it might favor New Zealand a little bit, because they know the wet weather. I think it will be close, but I think the Boks could edge it by 2 points, because they have been there for longer, and that's my only point I can see that actually stands out between the two sides. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, guys. If you did like this video, hit the subscribe button, and remember to join the SkinnyBru rules down in the description below. If you want to check out any of my other videos, it will pop up here, or you can go check out on my channel. Cheers.